Subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to never miss a video from us.
Hello and welcome to the Expert Interview Series, and today we have with us Mr. Abhishek Kulkarni, a seasoned quantitative programmer with significant experience in Python. He also possesses impressive experience in algorithm trading, Flask and machine learning, particularly in asset allocation and risk modeling. Along with this, he has gained valuable experience in using Panda as well as scikit-learn, NumPy, CVXPY and PyFolio. Abhishek's career journey has been nothing short of impressive. He began his professional journey as an application developer at A2S and later took up the role of lecturer at American College of Dublin. Demonstrating his expertise, he then served in senior capacities as lead analyst at CRISIL and currently holds the esteemed position of vice president at BNY Mellon. His diverse experiences and accomplishments make for a remarkable career path. We welcome you to the Expert Interview Series, Abhishek, and hope our viewers get to learn from your experiences.
Thanks, Pooja, for the warm welcome and the great introduction. Like on a lighter vein, I guess you missed the part where I had done the Vskills certification at the beginning of my career. So, like, I would like to add that from my end. Yeah. So, yeah, pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you very much. As we see that the journey has been quite impressive from being a developer to becoming the vice president. How has the transition been so far?
It has been a roller coaster journey, and it has been a memorable experience. And post my engineering, it was a application developer role at Atos. I did it for a couple of years, and then I decided to pursue my masters, and I pursued my masters in quant finance. So I have transitioned from a application developer to a quant developer in Python. So that has been the common denominator across all the companies that I have worked for and all the applications that I have built. So you could call me a Python programmer from that per se. Yeah, like it has been more than a decade of experience so far, and working for an IT company, and then for edtech, and then a consultancy, and now at a terminal bank, a custodian bank, a BNY Mellon. So yeah, it has been a great journey in the hindsight.
Right. So, what does a day look like for you at work?
Yeah, I go to office, grab a cup of coffee, and then the first thing is to interact with the colleagues and gather their requirements. So since I'm a quantitative developer, hitherto Python programmer, I help my teammates in automating certain things that would otherwise take too much time to do manually. So that's something I do apart from my work. So that said, I am a statistical modeler at BNY Mellon, which means there is a blend of Python, finance, and mathematics. So it's a blend of three different streams to put together and come up with solutions. So it involves linear regression, statistical modeling techniques such as ARIMA, GARCH. I won't get into the devilizing details of it, but yeah, in a nutshell, my day looks like interacting with colleagues. So that's the qualitative aspect of it. You need to brainstorm with different people to get different ideas apart from the one that you own as a programmer to achieve a better solution. So remember, like, there is no one particular solution that is the best. It has to be a balance of everything. So when I say balance, like your colleagues who are not into the technical stuff, who don't know the programming jargon, should be able to understand the code as well. In your absence, you could be on leave, or you could be uh, out of the organization for a while. So there could be multiple reasons. That said, yeah, so the balanced solution would be to achieve the required results with flexibility and agility. So yeah, a typical day goes with discussion, writing code, debugging the code, and then achieving the required results.
Right. So quite a hectic day to deal with, and of course, coding is something which is you are clubbing with modeling and developing models. So
Yeah.
that's kind of a task.
Absolutely, absolutely. So coding is just one aspect to uh, jot down what colleagues say and to be on the same page, to be on, to understand, to for you to understand what they expect is the biggest challenges, I would say. Coding is just one minor aspect to get everyone on the board, to get everyone on the same page and see, okay, this is the end goal, this is the outcome that they want, and you make sure that you understand correctly in the first place is one of the biggest portion of the programming task. So coding is just 20%, 80% is about requirement analysis.
Right. You need to understand the requirement of each team member and what output they are expecting.
Absolutely, because you are the programmer, you know how to code, but like it's also interpersonal skill beyond technical skills, where a person should know what to expect and like how to have some compassion towards non-programmers. Because as a programmer, I tend to speak technical terms, technical jargons, and that can like put the discussion off the track with the colleagues who are not really into programming, and it can be intimidating for them. So yes, like the work in a nutshell is 20% coding and 80% like dealing with qualitative aspects of work. Yeah, sure. So the challenges, there can be situations where I might be pushed to do things that are not familiar to me, which are not in familiar territory. Like in one sentence, I would say, like when I'm pushed out of my comfort zone. I have been using Python for a decade now, but I can't take anything for granted. Like in the landscape of programming, there have been so many changes, like new packages, new libraries, new technologies come up. So one has to be open for flexibility to adaptability, has to be adaptable to learn more and yeah, to incorporate the new skills. So the biggest challenge or the challenges that I see on a day-to-day basis is there can be some expectations that are not part of my job description, okay, that are not part of my day-to-day role, but like that is something that can help the team uh, as a whole. So it could be building front end dashboards. So just to give an example, front end is something like you see on a web page. The website is a front end, and then there is a back end where once you click on about page, what should be returned to you is decided in the back end. So on
Right.
the front end, like the beautification of the website is done. So there can be expectations where I am expected to work on front end, build dashboards and all. So yeah, like as a programmer, you are expected to do wonders, and like if you have that inquisition nature in you, you can do wonders. So yeah, like the day-to-day challenges are like uh, fluid expectations that keep on changing, and the challenge is to keep up with those expectations.
Right. You have to manage with the pace and the requirements and handle those challenges well.
Absolutely,
Test the
those
things.
requests are time bound. Thanks for reminding it. And yes, uh, the pace is important. It's not like I don't know this, I'm new to this, so you can take eternal to learn and then adapt it. It can be very late by then. So yeah, you had to be quick on your feet, learn it at a better pace, at a faster pace, and then yeah, deliver it on time.
Right. And I think being in the IT industry, there's so much, it's evolving day in, day out, and you need to learn, keep on learning, keep on adding skills, be on your toes. The technology is growing so fast.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's true. Like every day is a hustle. So it's not like, as you might know, the machine learning and the artificial intelligence is also one of the trends these days. So it's
Hmm.
not like artificial intelligence will take away my job, but the person who knows artificial intelligence will take my job for sure.
Right.
So yes, it's true for other technologies as well. Like If I'm not open for learning, then yeah, it can be tricky to survive.
Thank you so much for your input, sir. What excites you about the fintech industry and what areas do you see having significant potential for growth?
Yeah. So what excites me about the fintech industry, there are multiple aspects to it. So on the programming front, as I said earlier, the changing landscape of technologies, be it on the database side or even be it on the programming side. I am by and large a Python programmer, but at times when you talk about fintech industry, it can be high frequency trading, or it can be building payment gateways, apps for stock brokerages, etc. So yes, like uh, one should be open for learning new technologies and have to be adaptable. So the growing landscape in terms of like I am a Python programmer, but then you have Julia, you have Rust, and you have Golang coming up by like brought up by Google, so which are in the playing field as well. So yes, if the motto or if the motivation incentive is to stay put in the fintech industry and to be a better person, then yeah, there should be an appetite to learn more. So on the one front, you have like technology growing so much in the fintech industry, like where the expectations are huge. You see, like a full stack developer these days, like they get equity at a startup firm, right? So those kind of things. Yeah. So to put it that way, there is no distinguishing nature between back-end developer and a front-end developer these days. Like a person is expected to know multiple languages, multiple domains, be it website development or be it like financial modeling. So in the fintech industry, specifically, like it's a one-man army or a one-woman army, to put it that way. You need to know multiple skills to survive.
And survival is only possible when you are equipped with all your arms and you're equipped with all the right skill set.
Yeah, absolutely. On one front, you have certifications where you can update your skills, and on the other front, you have mentors who are willing to help, who are happy to lend their time and guide about those aspects that you have to learn and to stay put. So yes, it goes hand in hand.
Your job seems to be, on, yeah, or, it's like a delivery time that is always expected. It is on the
Yeah.
time. So how do you prioritize and manage your time effectively to meet the deadlines and the requirements?
Okay, interesting question. So, it sounds like a cliche, but you have to prioritize the things as uh, almost all the tasks at work are of high priority, right? So you have to distinguish high priority into immediate or if you can do it later. Okay, so the ones that are imminent, the ones that need to be delivered immediately. Okay, so if it is a BAU operation like business as usual, so those requests are time bound in a bank. If there is a report that you have to send to the client by EOD, like make no mistake, there is no excuse if I miss the deadline. I have to be on time and I have to send it by EOD no matter what. And then there are certain programming tasks which have certain longer deadlines, like a week, a month, or if it is a long-term project where it's a platform development for the whole team, it can be up to 6 months. Then yes, there will be some room for taking more time. So yes, prioritization need to happen based on the segregation. Like you have to make a quadrant saying all the tasks are important, all of them are of high priority, but whether it is imminent or non-imminent. So that's how you segregate and proceed with it.
And how hard it is to manage with the teams and, designating the task that is being assigned to them.
Yeah, so this is where personal equations come into picture. It's not like with a team of 10 colleagues, you're working with nine other people. You can prioritize one over the other. Like you can't have that bias. It is a tricky situation where you have to say no to one person and have to prioritize the other. But it has to be that way. Like you you have to choose the one that can be done easily. You can make a rough estimate looking at the tasks at hand. So yeah, that way you can prioritize tasks, and you can always buy little time with your colleagues. So this is where your skills as a person come into picture, your interpersonal skills rather than the programming skills, because you are one person. There is only so much one can do in the stipulated hours in a yeah, let's say 8 to 10 hours working day. You have to achieve the work-life balance as well. So yeah, that's a different discussion. So yeah, coming back to this, there has to be some kind of a round robin scheduling where you say, okay, uh, I'm going to schedule around 45 minutes for your task, and this is the update. I'll pick it up again tomorrow. So that could be one of the way, or you allocate one uninterrupted time slot for one particular project, and you take up the next after the completion of the first. So yes, like there is no hard and fast rule for it, but yes, it has to be that way.
Right. So, as you say that you are a programmer and
Yeah.
specifically a Python programmer at heart, so what are the five most important skills for somebody who wants to get into this domain?
As I said earlier, you had to be strong with tech stack. Okay, so you could be a Python machine learning engineer. Okay, or you could be a quantitative analyst. You could be a Python backend engineer, or you could be a front end developer. So there are multitude roles within the fintech space, but Python has been the common denominator in all the role requirements that I specified. So yes, pick a language. Okay, be very good at it. It could be Python, it could be C++. So Python is picking pace these days given the ease of learning. But if you're coming from a computer science background, I would suggest you stick with C++, because C++ is faster than Python. So on that end, there are many more opportunities than Python in C++. Okay, so the first required skill is a programming language. Choose your language of your convenience. Okay, so that's the first. Second, you need to have financial skills. When I say financial, those jargons which are related to investment banking, or algorithmic trading, or stock market related per se, or even financial modeling, like all those balance sheet terms, cash flow statements, and all. Okay, so that's the number two. Third is math. You need to know math, especially my machine learning is prominent everywhere these days. So machine learning is nothing but math. It might sound fancy on some portals like artificial intelligence. You see some kind of a robo with a graphically well designed robo, but no, like machine learning is all math. So you need to be good at math if you want to take that career path. And fourth and fifth would be like you need to have curiosity about what's happening in the tech stack or in the financial industry of your choice. And just curiosity is not enough. The fifth would be willingness to learn more. So this is how I would segregate programming language, like finance, and then maths, curiosity, and then uh, appetite to learn more.
Right. So, as you see, maths is a key if you talk about machine learning. What kind of mathematical knowledge is required primarily?
Uh, to start with, high school mathematics is sufficient, like basic probability and statistics, permutation and combination, set theory. Once they know that, the candidates should learn about basic statistics. Okay, so like frequentist distribution, and then you have basic moments such as mean, standard deviation, statistics, like basic
Basic
statistics, and
statistics.
they could go on to advanced statistical learning such as principal component analysis, time series modeling, vector autoregression, etc. But if I have to put it in one sentence, then it would be like statistical modeling, basic statistics.
Right. So, what kind of background is required for someone who wants to enter in this field, like education background?
Okay, I have friends who have come from commerce background and arts background, who are doing well in this space as data scientists in the machine learning space.
Right.
So, as I said earlier, like curiosity and willingness to learn and adapt, the last two skills those two play an important role if you want to do better in this field or any field for that matter. So yes, an academic background would definitely help, but that is not a showstopper. You need to be good. You need to get good at math. Like if you were not good at math in your high school or during your college, don't let that be a deal breaker. Okay, so if you still love math, remember in the workspace, it's not about memorizing and reproducing it in the exam for 3 hours. Okay,
Right.
so it's about learning and implementing it on a real world problem. So if you love math, then yes, academic background is not a barrier. It is good to have. You need inquisition. You need a great willingness to learn math. The stepping point would be Andrew Ng's course on Coursera. So that is known as Bible of machine learning. But that apart, there are many other skills and certifications that you can opt for. But yes, like you need to love maths if you want to get into machine learning.
Right.
You had mentioned during my intro Skykit learning stat models and all. So Skykit learning is more than sufficient. It's a Python based package, so anybody willing to learn Python should easily learn machine learning model development using Python using Skykit. So
Okay.
uh, Pooja, building models is not a big thing. Solving a real world problem is. So if you go to Amazon, if Amazon hires you as a data scientist, what is it that you can contribute more than what they already have in their system? Like you might know Amazon's like recommendation engine. You pick a book or you buy something, it will show similar items
Right.
in their recommendation. So how do they come up with those? So there is something called k nearest neighbors. It's one of the machine learning algorithm. So yes, there are many things that you can learn by looking at how can I do better, like how can I add value. Okay, so this is how a machine learning engineer or a data scientist should think. There are many things that a data scientist does, like building forecasting models, building machine learning models is just one aspect. Bulk of it is gathering data, cleaning data, making it ready for model development is the crux of a data scientist's role. So yes, building a model from scratch, it wouldn't take more than a couple of days, and no, you need not pay for it. Like everything is open source. You can do it in Python, you can do it in R, you can do it in C++. Python is the most preferred language these days. So yes, like if anybody wants to build a machine learning model, or let's say Titanic survival rate, yeah, the data is available for free on Kaggle and on many other portals. They can start with iris data, which comes by default for free, or one can Google and get it.
Right. Very valuable advice. My next question was about asking you for advice to freshers. So anything that you want to add? I mean, you've given plenty of
uh,
advice how they should go about it, but still anything that
yeah, sure.
add.
I have made a notes of it because this is something I would have told a younger version of me. Like if I could go back in time machine, I would just tell these points. First, like don't believe in fake it till you make it. Okay, it sounds cool, okay, but it will never help you. Like the people on the other side of the spectrum, they are smarter than you. So like if you think you can bluff and get away with it, no, you can't. I had to be honest, and sorry if you believe fake it till you make it theory. Don't do it. Okay, so that's the first theory, because even I was advised to pretend false confidence to have a better body language. So it's important to be humble and honest. If I don't know, like I would like to say I don't know. So some good certifications. When I was a fresher, I did Vskills certification on the personality skills and interview preparation and those aspects. So it definitely helped me. Okay, so do some certification, not just because you can enlarge your resume, but for your own sake. Okay, so that's the second point. And be true to yourself, and whatever you mention in your CV, be authentic, be very good at it. Okay, and the next advice is specifically for developers. if you are really keen to be a developer, if you're keen to take up the developer role, then there is no excuse for not having a GitHub profile. You need to have a GitHub profile. Like GitHub is a common open source
Right.
platform available, and it is very famous. Like it needs no introduction.
Right.
So you might be searching for a job. You may not have a job in hand yet, but that is not stopping you from learning. And how do you tell the company, how do you tell the hiring managers that you are working continuously, that you are imparting your knowledge, putting your skills to use continuously, is by having a good GitHub profile. Okay, so again here there are many projects available, so just don't steal someone's project and claim it as your own. Be honest. uh, a good GitHub profile should also be complemented with a good Stack Overflow profile. Okay, the biggest secret I'm going to let out today is, even after 10 years of programming, there are basic syntax in Python that I still Google. Okay, so even proficient developers do that, and aspiring developers know it, that Reddit and Stack Overflow are the places where one looks for solution. Okay, so uh, have a account created in Stack Overflow, ask questions. Okay, ask questions, and you will have brownie points against your profile for asking questions, for upvoting the right answers, for accepting the right answers. Okay, so you had to be in the field. Okay, like if you're a backend developer, learn Flask, learn Django, learn Fast API from Python, and start doing things. You don't have to wait for the job to do it. Of course, you need a job, and but when you knock the opportunity, just present your GitHub profile. Okay, present them your Stack Overflow. So this is specifically for developers. And I did my masters in Ireland, and the one culture that I noticed there was, when a person applies for a role, they are asked to submit a cover letter as well. Okay, so a cover letter, I believe it should be made a norm in India as well. There are some companies that ask for cover letter, but by and large, it's only resume. So just don't blindly fire shots in the dark, applying for each and every opening available on the internet. Okay, so you should make a mental note, if not a cover letter, of why do you think you're a good fit for the role. Okay, so those cover letters, they precisely demand you that you spend time on the company's profile, understanding what the company does, what is the business they are into, and how are you going to add value, or why do you think you are a good fit for the role, why do you think you're a good fit for the organization given their culture, what is your cultural process, do you think your cultural alignment would be a good fit for that of the organizations. So these are the things that company checks when they look for a cover letter. So you need to do your homework. Okay, that said, uh, if you're hesitant about any role, if you think it is a 50-50, just apply. Okay, if you don't apply, you won't get it for 100%.
Right.
Okay, so that's a simple math. So just go for it. If you think it's a 50-50 chance, you never know. Like combined with your honesty, with your curiosity and willingness to learn, you might always stand a chance compared to others. So yeah, these are the bullet points that I had made a note of. Yeah, for all the aspiring developers or freshers who are willing to join the industry.
Very valuable advice. I think I am going to take some chunk for myself into my learning bucket, wherein learning is important, being a student is important, asking questions
Absolutely.
is important,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
being
So
honest is important. If you don't know anything, you should be upfront about it.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, yeah, I wanted to elaborate on the asking questions part. Thanks for bringing that out. Yes, like do not hesitate in asking questions. Like if you think the situation might make a fool out of you, so be it. Okay, so it's better to be bare in front of the interviewers, in front of the HR. Like it shows your courage to uh, evolve. Okay, so there is nothing wrong if I display my ignorance. I don't know, as simple as that. I'm willing to learn.
So, what kind of opportunities are available, for example, for quantitative programmers? Being it is a, I think it's a high-end profile. Lot of learning aspects are there. A lot of techniques are required in between. So
True.
what is the scope of this profile?
Yeah. So candidates can join investment banks.
Okay.
Okay, they can join buy side firms, sell side clients. They can join firms that are into energy trading as quantitative analysts. So quantitative analysts, they deal with the data. Okay, so even algorithmic traders these days, like who get the data from Yahoo Finance, do the number crunching, and build models out of it. So like people who want to get into financial modeling. So yeah, doing quant finance as a degree and getting into this space as a career option is a win-win situation for them.
Oh, nice. So a
Yeah,
lot of opportunity available.
yeah, yeah, plenty of opportunities. So, and if you want me to add, like there is mm, degree, quantitative degree, which is offered by World Quant Finance for free. Okay, so it's an online degree, and it's a serious business. Like you have to, one has to submit their resume, application, cover letter, why they want to do that course, because it's a free course. So yes, it's wqu.org. So that's the URL, worldquantuniversity.org, wqu.org. So they can learn it for free. I think most of the learning comes at a minimal cost these days. So one need not spend a fortune to get into this field.
So what is the one quotation that you live by your life?
Be good at something and let someone else pay for it. Okay, so that way you won't feel that you are doing a job for someone else, you're doing it for yourself. So let someone else pay for what you are good at.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. I mean, it has been a learning experience for me as well. The whole interview was very insightful. So many tips and tricks that you told. You should make a GitHub account. That things I think add value to
Absolutely.
somebody who's listening. So I think the viewers who are going to watch this video are going to learn a lot. I mean, that's the number of things that you stated were valuable.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Pooja. It has been a pleasure interacting with you as well.
Subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to never miss a video from us.